Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Princess Connect Redive. And what we're gonna do today is kind of go over a 1 to 2 week recap of the game. It's something I wanted to start doing a little bit more with the gachas we play, and kind of go over my first week after playing the game, kind of go over what I like about the game, what I don't like about the game, the characters, my account progress, maybe some quick tips. And if you like this sort of style, just let me know, because I want to do more of them. I want to do more non-E7 videos. I also want to keep up E7 obviously, but I want to fit in as many non-E7s as possible, just to kind of spread the love, because right now I'm playing 8 gacha games. 8 of them, that's a lot. So, and I'm actively playing them all. So to start off with, the stamina system in this game is interesting. It's fair, but very limiting for people who want to play a very long time. Shirazuru, best girl, by the way. So the way the stamina works, there are 2 areas you can really spend it. There is the normal main quest and then the hard main quest. We have over stamina right now, 195 of 114. The hard gives you shards towards other characters, and the normal is just kind of where you farm your gear up. So the way I find out what stage I want to do, I want to go to my characters down in the bottom here. My head is all messed up. I need to fix my webcam. I'm so sorry. Webcam is just all sorts of wrecked right now. So I'll try to sit back here so my head isn't all leaning towards it. So what I do is the gear works in weird tiers. If you've ever experienced tiers of gear, this is how it works. So there's no real RNG in the gear substats. So right now I'm trying to get Shizuru's chest piece right now. So what I can do is hit how to obtain here, and it will bring up a window here with the items I need. I see I need 1 of these more, so I can go to the stage 8-6, and it brings me straight to it. And then you can use auto skip tickets if you want, or you can manual it, whatever decision you go works well, or not manual but auto, but have to watch the animations. And this is kind of where I feel the game is a little archaic, because this is an older game, so you're going to see a lot of things that should be optimized a little better. For example, I really like watching the game play. I love the sounds, I love the animations, I love all of those things, but it's really annoying to have to keep auto repeating it myself, and there's like 4 button presses after each stage instead of just a straight up repeat. So skip tickets are usually the way to go. So what we do is we can just select as many as we want and hit use. It uses the stamina, goes through all the shenanigans here, has the count at the top, and we can get all those done. So now that that's done here, we can go back to our piece here and see what else we're missing. How to obtain, we're missing 3 of these, so we can find something to auto here. You can see what drops. Sure, I need some of these, so we'll just spend all our stamina here. And that's kind of how easy it is to spend your stamina in this game. It's pretty hard to run out of skip tickets. You will if you super refresh, but in general, you're going to have enough skip tickets to do whatever you want all the time. Now, speaking of stamina refreshing, you get 200 stamina a day just from daily quests for logging in at certain times. You also get extra stamina from your clan. You also get extra stamina from your guild house. It's a little sprinkled here and there, but you have to be refreshing if you ever want to kind of progress. And the way it works in this game is you have 40 refreshes a day. The first 3 refreshes are 40 jewels, the next 3 are 60 jewels, and then the next like 12 are 100, and then it goes up to 150 or so. I'm wrong on the numbers of how many it takes to go from 100 to 150, but the general idea is you get 3 to 6 you should be doing every day, which are 40, 40, 40, 60, 60, 60, and then you can push 100 if you really want. I do sometimes, depending on what I'm feeling like that day, but outside of that, it's just really whale territory. So most people are probably going to do the 40 to 60s a day. And speaking of jewels, in terms of how much, oh, by the way, you get insane power from that. So that's why I kind of recommend doing it right off the bat. The first couple of days, definitely do your first hundreds, because you get pretty massive power from that, because that's where everything is coming from, right? So we can see my Shizuru here is rank 7. And I'm working on rank 6 as well here. So the way I would do that is I have to equip all onto my my Reno here, and now I have 1 more piece. And am I close to this? I'm not close enough to this to do it on stream, but what I would do once this is done, you hit rank up and it eats all this equipment, and then you farm the next set. So it's kind of cool that way. There's no RNG and substats or anything like that. And speaking of other game modes here, let's talk about the jewels, since that's what you're all wondering about. The gacha system costs 1,500 jewels to summon from. You get a ton of jewels at the start of this game, but I'm not sure how that really goes moving forward. That's not something I know yet, but 1,500 per, and I have just been destroyed by this gacha system. I don't even know what the rates are, but I have just been brutalized from this. I started off 2.5% for a 3-star character. I started off with like 3 on my reroll, 3 stars, and I've gotten 2 since then, and it's just been brutal. I've been getting like minimum roll, and just nothing from a boatload of rules, and there is no pity system, so that's a big disappointment for me. Like I said, this is an older game, so they didn't really have pity back then. So that's a little frustrating to me. It's definitely been the biggest downside of the game for me, is the gacha system, because I've just personally been so unlucky with it, and if you're unlucky, it feels atrocious because, again, there's no pity. But there's a couple of really good ways to get gems, specifically the battle and the princess arena. The battle arena unlocks basically right off the bat, and the princess arena unlocks later. Battle arena is 5v5, so I'm sitting here at 29,930 power right now, and I can face whoever I want, and I can hit refresh as many times as I want. And in the current state of the game, there are a lot of bots in the listing. So for example, this person here is a bot. You can tell because it's all 2 stars and nobody would ever have a full team of. So that's just a bot. That's the type of person I would attack. And you get a ton of jewels from this mode. Every time you rank up a little bit, you get a bunch. Like for the start of the game, I was getting, I would say, between like 400 and 1,000 jewels per win as I was climbing up, always attacking the top person. And I have 5 attacks a day you can do. This does run out as you get higher, as you hit the highest rankings right now, because I'm rank 150. So it's starting to give me like 400 to 500 per win, maybe a little less now, and that's going to run out as we get further, since it's only a one-time thing, which is just massive. In Princess Arena, it's the exact same thing, but it is 3v3, 3 teams versus 3 teams, and it's the same. You see a ton of bots. Anytime they're all 2 stars, it's all bots, basically. I've used all my attempts this battle, but as you go up in ranks, you get more jewels, and I'm 6993, so I would say I have another, like, 15,000 plus worth of gems or jewels to get out of this, and this only unlocks at the very end of the story, the last thing you do. So make sure you're doing these. I don't think there's a reason to really refresh your attacks, because I could refresh it for 50 jewels, but it just doesn't seem worth it to me because you can only climb a certain amount. Yeah, and you're gonna have trouble with this unless you're refreshing your stamina, which is why I say refresh the stamina, so you can get in there a lot better. And now let's talk about the pay-to-win packs. There's 2 of them in this game, and they're actually pretty massive, unfortunately. One of them, I don't even know how I would play without. So if we go to the jewel shop, no, I don't even know where it is. They kind of have it in weird spots. So there is the daily draw pack, and the way this works is you get a bunch of stuff. You get extra jewels, and you get dungeon drops for the day ×2, which is pretty massive. We'll talk about that. And 10 skip tickets a day. But this is the big one here, the 30-day grotto attempts. And this costs $16 Canadian, so probably like 12 bucks US or something like that. And this gives you 3 extra attempts of the grotto a day. And the grotto is where you get pretty much all of your power. So I don't even know where I would be without this pack right now. I'd be so far behind, it's ridiculous. So it gives you a boatload of mana, and that's what blocks you from everything. Like, absolutely blocks you. Like when I was leveling up my characters to 6 and 7 stars, I would start the day out, I would do my 5 mana quests and my 5 XP quests, then I would go over here and do my dungeon, which is the same similar thing. You get a ton of rewards from this, specifically mana. I'm on the last stage right now. I can't beat the boss, but in general, you just go through these stages with whatever units you have on your team, and if somebody dies, you can replace them, and you get a ton of rewards. And I get 2 times the rewards here, and I get 3 extra attempts in the grotto. And with all of those extra attempts, I would still be out of mana instantly the second I hit the rollover. So I just don't understand how you would play without that unless you were just so far behind. It's kind of frustrating because it means you're going to have to keep buying that to kind of keep up. I have a ton of mana right now, but that will disappear once I start leveling things up. What else is there to say? As for the gameplay itself, I'm really liking it. The characters are all lovable. They all have their own personalities. They all have their own story. They all have everything. You can level up people free to play with Ascension eventually. You can level up their skills. Every time you level up, you can level up their skills. So for example, every time I player level up, I can level up everybody's skills, and it costs me 93,000 mana per right now every time I do it. So that levels are up from 55 to 56. There is also a ton of story in this game, and this is the best part if you're somebody who likes anime or anything like that. The entire story is completely voiced. There's cutscenes, like actual anime cutscenes you can see in the background here. Everything. It's amazing. And there's a ton of it. Like, we can click to chapter 4. There's a ton and everything. These are all relatively long too. Every single word is voiced. So for example, let's go to Yuki here, Mischievous Reigns, and you get stats up for leveling up their friendship. Basically, you can select no voice or voice, and every single cutscene is just like this. You can hit auto, and it's all voiced like this. So you get the idea there. All voiced, all everything. It's amazing. There's also the guild house here where you can put your waifus there and claim some stuff. So this will give me some stamina, some skip tickets, and some stuff like that. And let me show you like a cutscene. Like in the actual main stories, there's often straight up I don't want to spoil any stories, but I want to find something that has a actual cutscene. So, yeah, this one here. So this is 89 megs to download. So this one here will have an actual like anime cutscene style thing. So we'll just skip to it. And quite a few of them have stuff like this. So if this is something you like, best girl, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna skip because I don't want to spoil people, but that's the quality you're gonna get from this stuff, and it's far and above anything I've seen in other gacha games, specifically newer gacha games. They seem to like, there's another video, by the way. The newer games seem to slack on this sort of thing. But the long and the short of it is this game is basically an anime in gacha game form. Like, you're gonna love the characters, you're gonna love the story, you're gonna get attachments to them. It's all awesome. You can see the characters you don't have here, and I'm missing all the good ones. Look at Io here. I love her. Want her so bad. She's a sexy teacher that bewitches enemy parties from the rear guard. Oh my god. And like I said, if you are a free-to-play player, it's going to be hard for you, honestly. You're going to go slower, but it doesn't really matter too much. You can get stuff, for example, with arena coins right here. I can buy fragments of my characters and eventually get them. Same with the divine amulets and dungeon and everything like that. But then again, you get half the dungeon rewards I get buying the pack, which is a little unfortunate. So, for example, right now I'm trying to level up my Nozomi so I can purchase 800 Nozomi shards here, then I can reset the shop for 10, and then I can go buy 800 more, and I think I need 160 or something for Oliver. And you can do this every day, and you get a ton of them. I spend mine every day, so and now it'll go up to 50 after this one. So that's how many I buy every day, and you still have enough to do this, so that's pretty great. And summon medals here, divine amulets, are what you get from summoning if you ever get any dupes, and you can use this to level up your 1 stars to 2 stars to 3 stars to 4 stars to 5 stars and so on. But from what I've heard, most of the people recommend you save them for kind of characters you don't have or limited units, because if like a limited unit pops up here when it gets released, you will be able to get them, from what I've been told. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about this game other than I'm having a blast. I definitely see the shortcomings of the game. I definitely see a lack of a lack of jewels coming in after you're done PvP, but maybe that's fixed with more content later. I definitely see the archaicness of a lot of the stuff. Like, for example, if we go to our clan house, it's almost like unreadable, right? Like, you've got the donate system that just comes up and everything is just, it's just archaic. That's the best word I can use for it. But because the production quality is so high, because the characters are so lovable, because the story is so amazing, and I actually like that you're always progressing. You're always progressing, even if it's a little bit. Like, I just leveled up, and yeah, this isn't very much, but I can hit optimize. Actually, I can't anymore on her. Where's somebody I haven't leveled? Have I leveled her? Yeah, I can hit optimize on Monica after I level just to get a little bit more power. She's 6,077, and this boots her up to 6,136. I could also refine her equipment a little bit higher as well. And you can see this one has a question mark, so this isn't out yet. Once this is released, we'll be able to bring them up to higher ranks. So it's just endless. The amount of times you could really go through is insane. We also have two things here, Sanctum Survey and Clan Battle, both of which are currently locked in this game since this is a soft launch right now. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. I'm loving this game. I honestly think my experience is pretty close to 10 out of 10 just because of the awesomeness of the story. I think the story kind of carries this game. Gameplay is fun too, and the stat progression is fun as well, but really the story and the cutscenes and the voice, like, if you like that stuff, you're gonna love this game. If you don't like that stuff, you're probably not going to enjoy it as much. And also, as a side note, you get extra jewels every time you complete things. So for example, I can go do Reno's here. Not only does she get a couple stats up and some jewels, but I can just skip it, and then I can come back and visit it anytime I want. So if you need the jewels, there's no rush to watch the story. It's actually one of my favorite parts, so I can kind of save them, so I'm feeling the need to do story at that time, and I can save it for that. So we're gonna stop here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.